Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I did not want to jump on the bandwagon of this last information of the whistleblower on the existence of aliens or extraterrestrial life and being present on our planet. If you are familiar with the issue, I think 2 days ago, and former U.S. intelligence officers working and being very knowledgeable about it, came out and he said that the United States government is in possession of partial or full spacecraft of extraterrestrial origin. And I said, well, wait a little bit, I've heard that before. People that had, authority or at least credibility said the same thing. Let me, wait for more information. I don't want to just jump like that. But it seems like more are coming out to confirm what this whistleblower said. And they say now that the U.S. government has 12 non-human spacecraft in their possession. 12. Now, when you come with a number that's more than they have some, that means, okay, you got a number. It becomes a little bit more credible, not necessarily that is, a given. Let's get going with this article, starting from, coming from Sputnik. It is from today, June 8, 2023. U.S. in possession of 12 non-human spacecraft, government contractors claim. The report comes after this is what I'm talking about, the U.S. Air Force whistleblower David Glush alleged in the media that the government is, I don't think he was, I read it in some other article that he was an intelligence officer, so I don't know, Air Force, alleged in the media that the government is in possession of non-human spacecraft and its pilots, but have been hiding the information from Congress. The United States is in possession of 12 non-human spacecraft, according to multiple military and intelligence contractors whose comments were published by journalist Michael Schellenberger on Wednesday. The sources who spoke with Schellenberger say Grush's allegations were accurate. Grush told, or Grush, how do I want to call it, you know who I'm talking about, told two U.S. media outlets on Monday that he filed a complaint with the Intelligence Community Inspector General, ICIG, about the alleged illegal cover-up. By Tuesday, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Intelligence Christopher Mellon likewise reported that 4 witnesses told him they are aware of, and I'm quoting, a secret U.S. government program involving the analysis and exploitations of materials recovered from off-world craft, and quote, and demanded that the U.S. government come clean with the public if it has recovered a spacecraft of non-human origin. While Grush was unable to provide hard evidence, well, he doesn't have the keys of the hangars, for his claims, he has an impeccable background in the military and intelligence communities and was formerly the U.S. National Reconnaissance Officer representative to the government's unidentified anomalous phenomena UAP task force, the prosecutor to the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office AARO, which is investigating the UAP phenomena now. Grush presented classified material, including reports and emails, to the ICIG, but the Defense Department prevented him from sharing photos in his disclosure. Oh my, they have photos? He also swore under oath that his accusations were true. Wow, how old are you, Grush? I'm going to tell you why I asked that. Grush said he did not know how many spacecraft the government is in possession of, stating only that it was quite a number, end quote, of partially intact or fully intact crafts. The sources that spoke with Schellenberger said that the government and government contractors are in possession of and I'm quoting, 12 or more, end quote, non-human spacecraft. I don't like this. 12 or more. Is that they couldn't agree on it. Some people have certain kind of information, some others have different kind. I don't like the 12 or more. It means, I don't know. Maybe some people said, well, I think they're 13. No, I saw 12. I heard it was 15. Some of these ships were shared with the AARO while others were not, said the sources, adding that AARO has refused to share that information with Congress. The AARO denies it has discovered any information about the government being in possession of off-planet crafts. And I'm quoting, to date, AARO has not discovered any verifiable information to substantiate claims that any programs regarding the possession or reverse engineering of extraterrestrial materials have existed in the past or exist currently, end quote, said Defense Department spokesperson Sue Goggle. But some of the sources say this is by design. They point out that the AARO only has Title 10 authority and that organizations with Title 50 authority have stonewalled them because they do not respect the lower authority of Title 10 organizations. I don't think that's only that. And I'm quoting, the denials coming out of Susan Goth and the Pentagon are specifically chosen to use AARO as a source of information with Grush, that when Grush has allegedly addressed the AARO didn't have access. And so, of course, they didn't discover anything, end quote, one source told Schellenberger. Another source added that AARO does not have the authority. Okay, well, the thing is not with the authority. So one source said there were 4 different types of crafts discovered, with 6 described as being in good shape and another 6 that were significantly damaged. The same source claimed there were cases where occupants left the craft unoccupied, later adding that high-level generals told them they had touched the craft. Another source said the U.S. government, so the generals, high-level generals, touched the craft. It means they exist. Another source said the U.S. government gets, and I'm quoting, 1 or 2 crafts every 5 years, either through landings or crashes, or that the U.S. government catches them, end quote. Catches in quotation mark. It is unclear from the quote what the source meant by catches. Every previous disclosure of UAP activity seemed to demonstrate technology far beyond what is publicly known to be held by world governments. The craft are being held at Area 51 and other facilities around the world, a source said, adding that they move the craft around a lot and some are held in facilities run by airspace contractors. Despite that, only a handful of contractors know about the crafts. The sources disagree if the US has succeeded in flying any of the crafts they recovered, with one claiming they had managed to do so. And I'm quoting, they have to travel to places like Italy, Belgium, and Indonesia to do flight testing. It's worldwide. Some of our allies know about the programs. The clandestine places that they work out of have grown larger, end quote. Well, all of the scientists in the R-Space, one source said that there has been a computer discussion forum known as R-Space, when 1,500 government-funded scientists discuss and analyze UAPs, but another source estimated that only 100 to 700 people know the government retrieved a crashed ship. All the scientists in the R-Space forum reportedly have top secret clearance, but seeing the aircraft entering Area 51 requires a special clearance even higher, requiring people to be read in a path reserved for the selected few. Only certain politicians and presidents who grew up in this world who touch this program get read in. What else is here? If there are holding facilities, open those doors, tell the basic truth. Are you crazy? There's going to be a problem on this planet. Now, before his death in 2021, Senator Harry Reid, a Democrat of New York, said he was told and I'm quoting, for decades, that aerospace and weapons contractor Lockheed Martin had received some materials, and I'm quoting, and I tried to get, as I recall, the classified approval by the Pentagon to have me go look at the stuff. They would not approve that, he said. Who's they? And why they are in charge of all this? The latest findings come weeks before NASA is set to release its first ever report of UAPs by the end of July, like the KFC, yes, JFK assassination. The highly anticipated report is not going to say anything, which saw officials begin their investigation in October 2022, is expected to focus on drawing scientific findings from such encounters and whether UAPs pose any risk to safety. No, they will not say anything. I tell you now, they will not disclose anything. They will not find anything. It's going to be like the Trump's release of the confidential information, top secret information or whatever about the JFK. Nothing, a little fart. That's going to be it. The same here. It's going to be left with a question. Are they over there? Are they among us? I heard that for 3,000 years already. Now, let's put it this way. If there is no aliens or spacecraft of alien origin, that's fine. If there is, why do these guys keep it secret? I think if they would come over a Red Rover and tell us this, we're going to have a lot of people who are going to start all of a sudden thinking that that's a threat to their beliefs. Okay, the problem is these beliefs, their beliefs, and the existence of aliens do not counter one another. But the fact that the scriptures would not talk about these things, even though I think they do, how should I put it? They don't contradict the existence of a God, but some people probably will be very threatened about it, without saying that, hey, that's part of God's plan. We included in, bye-bye, that's it. That's the easiest escape. And we don't know, actually. Only some people know for sure what's going on. I'm talking about, who's who, what's what in the, how to call it, deity realm, if you know what I mean. So, if there is, I would like to know, and who are these people that keep this secret, and why? Why do they think they have to protect us? Because it's going to be a surge in certain kind of movements on this planet, and you're going to have people stop doing this and doing that. I am inclined, I always said I'm inclined, I look at the possibility and I look at historical events and evidence that I think things that our ancestors were able to create are way beyond our possibilities nowadays. In certain instances, like for instance lifting certain kind of rocks and transporting them, we can't do that now with our technology. So that's, for me, is like, okay, who might have done that? Well, not us. So I don't know who that was, but not us, because we can't do it now. Things that other people did 2,000 years ago, really, they didn't know how to wipe their asses then, but they did that. They put those rocks over there in those walls. They transferred those big megalithic and pieces and put them one on top of the other, and it looked like, what kind of crane do you need? How was that cut? Like, whoosh, 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 like that? Yeah, and it was fascinated like that. I mean, there's a lot of questions, but I'm not going to go into that, because a lot of people will say, well, what are you talking about? I'm talking about, who did that? Okay, God. All right, we got the answer. So thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.